that you have created and you have not made payment for, or an affidavit that has extended more than 1 month and you did not make payment for it, it will come back inside draft, right? And or it will be discarded. Then we have queried. The query section on the affidavit portal, you'll be able to see sometimes, because when you apply for an affidavit, sometimes there may be reasons for the Commissioner for Oath to query it. You see that there are some discrepancies on it. Your name is not tallying with maybe the ID card that you submitted, or the signature is not so clear, right? So the Commissioner for Oath would ask you to reinitiate, to re-upload that signature so that it can be approved, right? So whenever your affidavit is queried, it will go under the query section until you attend to that query and resubmit it. The Commissioner for Oath will not be able to process the affidavit anymore, right? So we'll just go through how to sign up as a partner, right, or an agent on the portal. Now we have different sections for partners on the platform, where we are first giving access to lawyers and business centers to be able to initiate affidavit for deponents, right? We also have financial institutions as well. Banks can also sign up to be partners on the platform. And what we do is to simply integrate either into their mobile application, or we will integrate, we'll create a partner account for them so that they can initiate affidavit from their banking or and all that. We are also, the Delta State Judiciary is also pushing this a step forward to integrate into institutions. We understand that when someone gets an admission into an institution, you'll be required to submit a number of affidavits, right? And for a lot of institutions, they are already using e-system for student accreditation and all of that, right? So now, while students are doing accreditation in school, since they already have a portal that they are using to do that accreditation, instead of do your accreditation and some point you stop and go to the court, you go and swear to an affidavit and come back and upload it. What we are also doing is to integrate the system into their portal through an API, so that when you are being given an admission and the school imputes your details into their portal, as you are doing your registration and all of that, the system pulls out, when you get to that point where you need to do attestation, affidavit and all that, it just pulls out your information, pushes it to the state judiciary platform, creates the affidavit and resubmits it back into the portal. So you have a seamless system. Soon you also have other institutions like that, like CAC and all of that, do implement all of this into their platform, so that you don't have to halt your process, go back and do your manual process and come back and re-upload it and all of that, right? Okay, so if that is understood, I will just continue with how to onboard yourself as a partner or an agent on the system. Okay, so when you log into that URL that I gave earlier, agent.judiciary.dl.gov.ng, you'll be greeted by this landing page. And on this landing page, you can take two actions. It's either you are logging in, if you have your login information already, or you are registering as a new agent on the system. Now, we're going to click on register as a new agent, so that we'll see what you need to do to become an agent. So once you click on register, you'll be greeted by this second page. And on this second page, you find a form that you fill, right? So the form will require you to enter a partner's name, that's your company name, CSC number. Then you will now choose a category. Now, your category would be legal practitioner, right? So once you choose a category as a legal practitioner, you will be asked to enter two information. One will be your Supreme Court number, your MBA number, and then the second would be your email as well, your MBA email, or what you call your legal mail. Yes, that's what you'll be required to enter into this place. And if you don't enter it, you will not be able to proceed with the registration. So all you do is put in the information, then put in your office address, right? Please ensure that your office address is consistent. So because after this first registration, you'll be required to enter, you'll be required to upload your Google location on the platform, right? And if you enter a different address from what you will now do as your Google location, it may take the court a longer time to approve, or they would query your application, right? So for you not to have that issue, ensure that the address here will be consistent with the Google location that you will use as your that you upload at the later part of this registration. So once you're done with entering the address, you enter a contact information. Now remember, this will be your business name, and then this is going to be the contact information of the contact person who is creating that registration. So you enter your contact information, your phone number, your personal email address. It does not have to be your legal mail now, your personal email address here. And then you put in a password, repeat the same password, and you can skip, in fact, you should skip this access code. It's for something else, right? We're not giving any access code to anybody, so you don't have to wait to ask for an access code to continue. It's optional. You can also see it there like that. So once you are done, an email will be sent to you. Let me put this to the screen. So an email will be sent to you, and you're going to see you're going to see this screen that is telling you an email has been sent to the email you use in registry. And all you need to do is to log into that mail and activate your profile. Once you activate your profile, you now see it will now greet you with a third page, which I'm going to be pushing into this place again. So you'll be greeted by this other page where you are asked to now upload the rest of the information that is required for your registration, right? You will see your requirement there, your CSC certificate, passport, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, the Google location for your office address, right? All you need to do at that point is just go to Google. If you are within that location, you can go to Google and just snap that, take a screenshot, right, and upload. When you take that screenshot, we'll be able to identify through the geolocation that will be displayed on that map, right? So that's what you are expected to do. Now, once you finish doing that, you don't need to do anything again. Just wait for the court to review that application. You will also be asked to make payment anyway. You make payment here at this point. Once you upload all of this information, you have to proceed to making payment. And I think there are two payments. If you are a business, you're paying about 20,000, but for legal practitioners, you are only paying about 10,000, and it's annual, right? That subscription will run for 1 year. In fact, from the moment where that approval is done by the court, you will see that your subscription has started running, and it will run for the next 365 days, right? So now, I would assume, are we together? You saw what? If the money is small, okay, well, all right. But that's the official fee by the court, and you are expected to pay that, right? So now I'm going to assume that the registration has been completed about now. Before I continue, please, mail. Don't use the same your agent account, right? If you are doing to create an account to affidavit judiciary.dl email, because if you use that same email, it's going to you're not going to get a verification mail sent to you, and that will cause you to now start reaching out to admins to actually look at this for you, right? So please just create a separate email that you will use for registration if you have already used your personal email. So now, okay, so I'm just going to log in. Let me log in with an account. So once your approval has been done, you'll be able to log in successfully into your account like this, right? And you can start creating affidavit. Remember, I said we're going to have a breakout session, so I'm just going to quickly run through how to create the affidavit, then we can do the breakout section. All right, so on your dashboard, you will find the number of affidavits you've created, the number of affidavits in your draft. Affidavits will be in your draft because there are sometimes where you create an affidavit and maybe you need extra information to complete it, or you've not made payment and you have already saved it. It will remain in your draft, right? You can go back to your draft, edit, and continue your application at any time. Then you have pending affidavit. Like I said, are affidavits that you have created and you are waiting for Commissioner for Oath to approve for you. Then we have queried affidavits as well. Now, every time a Commissioner for Oath queries your affidavit, you'll be able to come to the query box to edit that application and resubmit it. But to actually create a new application is very simple. There is a new application button at the top here. Just click on the new application button there, right? So when you click on the new application button, you'll be greeted by a list of different affidavits that have been automated into the system already. Now, for most of the very common affidavits, they have already been integrated into the system. Name change, loss of item, date of death change, correction, and so on and so forth. You find them here. These are different affidavits. This one is affidavit of loss. We have loss of SIM card, welcome back, so on and so forth. Then we also have for the people who want to actually create an affidavit, even though it's already in a format here, but you want to enter your own clauses on your own. There are some special clauses that you want to enter into the affidavit. You will use the general form affidavit. We have the general form affidavit here. Just scroll down. But if you don't want to scroll down, you can also type into this search bar. The search bar here, just do general, and then you see the general form of affidavit. It will appear here, and then you can click on it to initiate your affidavit. So once you click on it, it will first of all ask you, there are basic questions on every affidavit, right? Whether you are doing a templated affidavit or you are using a general form, there are basic questions that or basic fields that you must fill at every point. Here you upload the passport of the deponent, Here you upload the ID card of the deponent, and it must be a government issued ID card. Office ID card is not accepted. Even if you work for the government, your ID card is not accepted, right? It must either be a driver's license, international passport, voter's card, or NIN card, right? And then you upload your signature here. Now, one of the challenges that we have, or one of the challenges that the Commissioner for Oath face a lot of time, is that some people will just sign on any paper, whether the paper is very busy, whether it has lines on it and all that. The Commissioner for Oath will not be able to approve that affidavit, or they may need to now extract the affidavit, extract the signature, start editing it for you and all that, and it takes a lot of time, because on a daily basis there are a lot of affidavits that come, applications that come on the system, right? So they may not have that time to start doing all that for you. So it's very important that you ensure that your signature or the signature of the deponent is on a clean white paper. And when you snap that affidavit, you can crop it to make the signature very large and bold, so that at the end of the day it will not look very small on the affidavit. The system is built to take out background, but it's not every background that it can also detect. But for those of us that may have signature pad, you can use your deponent can be using your signature pad. If you have one, you can be giving it's enabled to use a signature pad. So if you want to use signature pad, all you do is to click on the signature pad option. There are two options here. One is to upload. This one you can use your camera, you can use your webcam or an external camera to actually take the passport of the deponent. Here you can upload or use the same camera to snap the ID card of the deponent. Here you can use either upload or use your signature pad to actually sign on the affidavit. Now once that is done, you start filling this information, the name of the deponent as it should appear in the affidavit, right? The NIN number of the deponent, which is very important, the gender, the native town, the country of origin. Now it is important to fill like this, in this format, left to right, because there are some of the questions, there are some of the fields that depend on the previous field to give you options, right? So for instance, if you choose country, if you choose Nigeria as a country, when you are filling state of origin, you will have the list of states, you have the list of states on the field. But if, for instance, you fill country of origin Nigeria, and then you come down to maybe local government or something, you will not be able to find that particular local government until you fill in the states, right? So it's always important that you fill from left to right. So once you're done, please put in the residential address, and it should be in full. The residential address should be in full. Sometimes some people will just put the residential address without the state, because you think you have already put state here and local government, state, and all those information here. You think you have put it there that is supposed to replicate here. No, it does not replicate, because the information you filled above is the state of origin, the local government, and the country of origin, right? It can be different from the deponent's address, current address. So when you are filling this address, it's important that you fill the address in full. Now, in the case where the deponent has house number, street, area, local government, state, and country, you can fill like that. But in the case where the deponent does not have a precise address, you can use description. You can use landmark description on the address field. Then, once you are done, you now move into the second section, where you have the title of the affidavit. Remember, we're using the general form of affidavit. So here you have, you can initiate the title of the affidavit that you want to depose to, and then you will now find clauses here. A lot of times we also see that some people will just come here and type out all the clauses in under this box. Now what you do is, when we don't expect that you type everything here. If you look up here, you will see add and remove, right? We expect that you put it clause by clause. If you enter this first clause, put after entering the first clause, click on add button to actually add the next clause, and like that. The system has also been automated in a way that the first and the last clause is automatically imputed into it at the end of your application, right? So you may not need to enter that regular first clause that has and the deponent whose passport appear herein, and then you may not need to now swear to the oath on the last clause again, right? So just exclude the first and the last one, enter every other clause, and move on with your application. Now here you now see additional information. This additional information, as an agent, there are times where your deponent, somebody will come, your client may not have, there are instances where your client may not have emails, right? There are instances where your client may not have emails, and emails are very, very important for payment initiation. So if you want to make payment on the system, the payment gateway is going to mark your payment with a particular email. So it requires email to be in this application. So what we advise you to do is, you can use your email in place of the deponent's email, right? You can use your email in place of the deponent's email. It's just to also get receipt as well. Once the payment is done, it sends you back a receipt, right? It sends you a receipt, and in that receipt, in your email, you can download the receipt and print and do whatever you want to do with it. But it is important that you enter email here. Now, another common mistake too is, since a lot of people know that, oh, I can enter my email here in place of the deponent, you see that they use their email all the time. They don't want the deponent to know how much they are probably paying for the affidavit or something like that. Now, if you are entering your email over and over and over again, it can also trigger fraud on the payment platform. They'll see that you are initiating the same amount of payment over and over again on one particular email. You start running into the problem of your payment is not going through. Your payment has gone through, is still showing not paid or something like that. So what we do is, there's no way on earth you would have like 5 people that you are creating affidavit for, and the 5 persons, none of them have email, right? There's no way on earth. And even if there is, you have 5 people and they don't have email, please do not use one email. Do not consistently use one email. Maybe after you apply for the first 2, change it to another email, right? So that you don't have a payment related issue. So I am going to move into that payment section. I'll move into that payment section so you see how the payment is made. Once you enter the email address, you would enter a phone number. Please, even though the deponent does not have an email, the deponent must have a phone number, or the phone number of somebody close to the deponent, because sometimes the court may also want to make calls. The Commissioner of Oath may want to call to verify certain information. So it's important that you always put the deponent's phone number here. And here, you can now select the preferred court that you want that affidavit to be, that affidavit to be assigned to. Of course, for Delta State, all the courts are always assigned to the same Commissioner for Oath, the same Commissioner for Oath from the headquarters in Asaba that will approve the affidavit anyway. So, but here you can select the particular court you want to have on the header of the affidavit. So once you select the court, you click on preview and move forward. But I'm going to skip, because I didn't fill any information here, I'm just going to skip it and go to an affidavit under draft. Okay. So I'll go to an affidavit under draft. I'm assuming that the information has been filled. So from that page that we were previously, once you click on submit, you'll be brought into this page, right? Here you can review the clauses of the affidavit that you've entered. You see all the clauses here. They are here. And then you can find your passport here. find your ID card and all the information here, and then the court that you are actually depositing to, and you will also find the timestamp of the affidavit when it was created. Then you will have an application ID. This application ID is very important because there are a lot of times where you have a particular challenge with the affidavit. Instead of telling the commissioner for oath, when you want to report it, instead of telling the commissioner for oath or the customer service people the deponent name, there may be more than one deponent, and there may be more than one affidavit on the same kind of name. So instead of telling them the name to start searching on their database, it's better you just give them the application ID. Every application has a unique application ID. So you give them this application ID. This is what they will use to search for your affidavits on their platform, on their system. However, once you finish filling the form and you're on this page, the only thing you need to do now is to initiate payment for this affidavit. And to initiate payment, you come here, you click on proceed to payment. But before you proceed to payment, there's something that you should know. Once that payment is done, you cannot edit any information in that affidavit again, unless the commissioner for oath queries the affidavit. That's where the field will be open for you to edit again, right? So it is very important that you preview the affidavit properly to see that everything aligns. And to actually do that, you can click on the preview button here to show you a sample of what the affidavit would look like at the end of the day. You see all of the information you've entered, the type of affidavit, and so on and so forth are here. The passport of the person, and then the signature as well will be displayed here. Now, you see, when you upload a signature that is not very legible, this is what it will bring out at the end of the day, because the system is trying to remove any form of background. Sometimes it cannot remove some parts that are not very legible, right? So that's why we always advise that when you are signing, or your deponent is signing, they should use a clear pen, and it should be on a plain white sheet, and you should always crop it to be very large, so that you won't have this kind of issue. But here, you can read through the affidavit and ensure that all the language, the English and everything, the clauses are well integrated. Once you are done, you can click on go back and then proceed to payment, right? Please do not make payment before previewing. Preview first before initiating payment. So for payment, click on make payment, and you see this payment gateway. When you click on it, there are different options for payment, and all of them, I think all of them work, right? There are different options for payment. So among the options is you can use your card information, right? You can use your card information to actually make the payment. Just enter your card here, or you click on the transfer option. If you click on transfer option, please do not copy this. Some people will be like, I don't want to be wasting time anytime I want to create affidavit. Let me just copy this account number down, so that anybody that wants to, anybody I'm creating an affidavit for can always use this account number. This account number is only valid for 30 minutes, right? It's only valid for 30 minutes, and it is different for every application that you are creating. So do not copy it down, right? And it's built in a way that once the payment hits that account number, it will just automatically show paid here, right? It does not take time at all. It is very efficient. You will hardly run into challenge with this. And another option is to use bank, right? So you select your bank, you enter your account number, it will send you an OTP, and then you continue. You also have USSD, you have the Visa PRO code, and the OPay option as well. For those of us that like to use OPay for a lot of our payments, you can also use OPay. Now, this one does not require you to enter card information. Do you understand? You just enter the phone number of your OPay account, and then it will send an OTP to that phone number. Put it here, and you continue. So also answer the question of whether you should save your card information on your device or not. The truth is, there's already very big risk everywhere. In fact, for you using a mobile phone already, you're at risk of anything. right? So I don't think you need to be very scared about inputting your card and saving the information in your device, right? The only thing you need to do is ensure that your device is not being handled by other people. It is very important that you don't give out your phone to anybody, because if you give out your phone to another person, they can have access to your email and they can have access to OTP, right? Apart from that OTP, they will not be able to do anything. So even at times, even if you have access to my card information, for most platforms, except you are paying into a foreign platform, which usually does not even work now with most of our Nigerian cards. But for most platforms, they will still request for the OTP. So it's only when somebody has access to your card information and your email or the phone number attached to that account at the same time, that's where they will be able to make any transaction on your account, right? Outside that, there's no other way. They cannot. So if you have my card, I have my OTP. If you have my mobile phone, I have my card. But if your mobile phone and your card is with someone else at the same time, that's where you have a challenge. And another thing is, there's something else I also do personally to secure payment. You know what GT Bank does with dollar card? When you have a dollar card with GT Bank, they don't connect the dollar card directly to your main account. So you have a dollar card, you have an account for that dollar card, and you have your main domiciliary account on your app as well. So anytime you want to initiate payment, you can just transfer from your GT account to this. So what I do usually, I have several accounts on GT, for instance, even Naira account. I have several accounts. You can never find money inside my card. You will never find, the best you find is maybe 5,000, 10,000. You can never find any big amount of money, because it is only at the point of doing a transaction that I always transfer to my card. So that information can help you a lot too as well, right? So you can create two accounts in the same bank that you operate. It does not have to be GT, and use your mobile app to control them. That's a simple security something that you can take home, right? So do not always put your money inside the same card, because if you put it in the same card, if your card is tied to your account, anybody who is doing anything funny would get access to your entire fund. So please, you can take that back, but you can always save your card information to your device if you use that device alone. But if you have a desktop device that you have in your office, do not save your information, not even password. Don't save your password in that desktop device in the office, because people can have access to your office while you are not there, right? And if I have access to your office, I have access to that device, I can do and undo. So that said, let's come back to the payment. So you have different options for making payments on this platform. Now, once you make a payment, I'm not going to make a payment because this is a live account, right? I'm not making any payment. So once you make payment on the platform, your application will now move into pending application. So you will not find it here as pending. Now, the commissioner for oaths are here to respond to this affidavit. They are here to approve it. If you check, you can also check on the date that it was created. Now, what the Delta State Judiciary is doing is to ensure that they have multiple commissioner for oaths that can always review your application, right? We don't want one commissioner for oath reviewing 100 plus applications in a day, because at the end of the day, they may now, because of the tiredness, they may have oversight on some applications. So, and the court does not want that to happen. So, if you go to Asaba, for instance, you see this commissioner for oaths working tirelessly on the affidavit, and there are a lot of them there. Apart from the commissioner for oaths too, there are customer service. We have customer service people in our office in Abuja. Now, the customer service, they don't interfere directly on your application, but what they can do is, when you have a challenge and you chat, there's a live chat on the system. You find a live chat on the system. When you chat those customer service people up, what they do, they have dedicated technical people and commissioner for oath that they can relate to immediately to resolve your issues. Do you understand? Right? And at the court too, there are also a number of persons in customer services that also sometimes even call deponents to ask for specific information to move on with an application. So simply, this is the entire system, and once an application is approved, it will also move into the approved section. So this is where you have completed affidavit. So you see completed affidavit. When you open completed affidavit, you'll be able to download and print. Now, in the case where if you use your deponent email address, they would have sent once it is approved, it automatically sends to the deponent's email already, right? So the deponent can always have access to that copy anytime. But if the deponent did not receive it, you can as well open it from here and print that affidavit, and you have access to the affidavit anytime you want to actually print it. So you click on the details, click on preview affidavit, and you will be able to see the affidavit that you proposed to. You will see the deponent's signature. You would now find some security pictures in this area. We have here we have the seal, the court seal, and this court seal has a number of securities on it too as well. But for personal verification, you may not know how to identify. You may not know how to identify whether this affidavit is original or not through the seal until you approach the court. It is the court that will be able to tell you if this is actually their seal or not, right? So if somebody goes to download a seal and put here, or maybe use CorelDRAW and crop something into this place, the court will be able to tell if that seal is for that particular affidavit or not. But here you have the barcode. Anybody can verify whether the authenticity of the affidavit. However, does not also give people the full affidavit. When you are verifying, when you scan this, I think every mobile phone now can actually scan barcodes to find whether it's original or not. And when you scan this, it doesn't just take you to a page where you see some write-up. It will take you to the URL of the court. You'll be able to verify through the URL of the court if that affidavit is actually coming from the court or not. It will just show you the information, the picture of the deponent, the title of the affidavit, the application number, and those are the basic information. But in the case where you may need further verification, there are some institutions that would want to approach the court to actually verify the content of the affidavit. Then you have to approach the court directly to actually do so. The court will give you the valid, the true copy of the affidavit. Now, one thing you must note is, once you depose an affidavit and it is approved, it cannot be corrected, right? If there is a mistake on this affidavit, let's say you were supposed to do, you are doing affidavit of correction of date of birth, and the correction you did not put the exact, you did not put the correct date. Maybe you just missed it by one number, and the commissioner for oath did not know and has approved it. You cannot correct this affidavit. You would have to reinitiate another one. The reason is because at the point of approval, it is already assumed that there is a public copy of that affidavit already. So if the court allows you to be able to edit, that means you cannot have two different copies of an affidavit in the public space. And in the case of verification, the court will not be able to tell which is the correct one and which is the wrong one. So that is why that correction of affidavit is no longer possible. Before, when you do your manual affidavit and it's manually deposed to sign on and all that, you can take that manual affidavit back to the court. They will retrieve it, they can discard it and reinitiate it for you, and you don't pay anything. You continue doing your business. But in this case, it is not like that. That one copy, the copy here is the same copy anywhere else. Do you understand? So, some people can now download this, use it for. In Nigeria, you find out that a lot of people have different age depending on what they are doing, right? They have different age depending on what they are doing. So they can come now and pretend that their age is like this for NIN. They will come and tell you their age is like this in another place, right? So the court does not want to have that mix up at all. But if you must depose to different age, if it is not seen by the commissioner for oath, not detected, you can go past it. An interesting fact about the affidavit is that you can depose to almost every and anything until somebody is pursuing you and they need to now verify it. That's where you will know the power of swearing to an oath. But until then, you can do your business and be going. Nobody would nobody will actually notice anything, and but the day they start pursuing you, plus the commissioner for oath that you called from behind to approve it and everything, all of you would have to answer certain questions. All right, so that being said, that is actually the entire process you need to go through. So for those of us that have systems, we will now have a breakout section. If your table has a system or a tablet, please allow other people to be able to use it. I will also bring my system too for a table that does not have, so that please, Madam Joma, can you also get your system too? Let's see tables that does not have system, so that we'll just do a breakout section where we'll do the practical. One person per table will avail themselves to create an account, right? So that we'll answer the questions that we need to answer, the questions that you have and everything. Please. You have to see that. I need your system too.
Gentlemen, please, I think to make it easier for us, one, we want to see how many of us have legal mail, and two, how many of us have our offices registered with CAC, or you have registered yourself with CAC. Then three, what's the third point? Okay. Then three, somebody that is ICT savvy, someone that knows very well, so that as he's doing the demo, you can easily. So can we have Domitila here? Where is she? Domi. Hurry up. Hurry up. You are a young woman, you are doing like what they did there. Oh, you even have a laptop now. Please come. Come and stay with Prof. No, Prof, you have a laptop there. If I say you should stay with the APC shift 10, they might convert you. Because come on. Okay, let them. Madam Ijoma, you'll be here. Then another person here. Where is Alago? You don't have a laptop. Do you have a come and be with this table. After this first one, you repeat it again. You will need to be with Alago table or another table. Madam, you are there. Okay, you are here. No, you will still have time for questions and answers. Or wait, do we take the questions first? Okay. Oh yeah, wait. Ask, no. Ask so that people will know we are taking the questions first, please.
Yes, because initially I already tried to register, right? But when I now went back, I now saw it was saying that I should provide CAC registration number. So it means that it is only law firms, registered law firms, strictly speaking, that can register as partners on the platform. That's the only way. There is no leeway. I don't think that's what she said.
Mrs. Ijoma, please, your attention is needed.
So she will come and clarify the court rule for.
Sorry. Okay, so All right. The first thing is for young lawyers that are attached to a law firm. What we normally do is, if your if the owner of the law firm has a CAC document, you can tell the senior and then get his own, and then attach a document that states that you were authorized to use it to create an account, and that account should bear his name or her name, which is the name, because you have a place where you have your name, right? The name of the law firm. Or secondly, you can go and register your law firm as a business. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have as at now, you will have to use the senior's own in the law firm where you're working. Go and register.
Gentlemen, I think we have solution. Favor, please come out. Do we have any other person who is CAC inclined? Hurry up, come out. Now, okay, come out. 3 of you, come out fast. You are just there like one house chief here. You are smart now, you are a footballer and you are sitting there like Micah. Micah want to be smarter than you.
Sorry.
This is what we want to do. Can you register for us in less than 24 hours? How long?
Takes like 2 weeks. See, the essence why we are doing this is,
I'm sorry, gentlemen, I think going forward, these 3 gentlemen for the time being in the branch will help you to register do your CAC registration of your firm. Even as an individual practicing under someone, you can still register. Because sometimes you want to do a petition to the police or you want to run some, you understand? It's possible you just do it. Do you understand? So you can meet Favor Awegbe of Ovie Otogbonu, Aruna, Momodu. Any of these 3 people, if you have other members of the branch, Yinka, aha, now I'm seeing you. They will pay before now. Is it free? They must pay. Now. Is it free? So it cannot be free now. So Yinka is also among them, and you can do that. Thank you.
Yes, I understand what the chairman has said, but it is still my suggestion that perhaps you review this stance, because as a legal practitioner, I have, even when I feel here, I put my SCN number. My name is known, my SCM number is here, my legal mail is there, so they know it is I, Domitila Aralu Chukwumofo. So perhaps you should consider it, because some people might not really want to register an entity with CAC, because that's another compliance issue. It means you have to file annual returns every year and everything that comes with having a registered business name. You file annual returns for business names, yes, every year.
but you are making money now. Are you not going to make money? Hello.
After the first 18 months, yes.
Hello. Are you not going to make money when you register on the platform? Because that's the essence. You're actually doing affidavit and you're making money from it, right? So the point is this. That's the rule that was stated by the judiciary. Because even your e-filing platform, as a lawyer, if you have a firm, it's supposed to be registered. That's one of the requirements for having a chambers. So that's the same procedure they use for the e-affidavit. So there is no, even if they are going to do any consideration, they wouldn't even want to scrap that CAC document. Yes, please.
Okay. So we'll go ahead with the demo. If you don't have your CAC documents, we can let us start with the registration first, and you can do that later. Or we can give you an access to a demo server, right? We can give you access to a demo server that you can use at home to just test run the entire system. Or better still, I can give you a live account for you to test. Yeah. So you can take one of them here. But I believe some of us have already started initiating this process before. Huh? I believe some people have tried to do the process before. If you have any challenge, please ask. We would answer your question now. So if you already started the process and you're having a challenge, please let's help you resolve that challenge now. Madam Injoma, where are you, please? So a lot of people are having issues with knowing how to create their legal mail. So do you want to answer that?
Okay, for your legal mail, if you want to create your legal mail, I'm the one that would help you create your legal mail. So I even dropped the form on my status. Once you have my number, go to my status, click on it. I had to reduce the price for it because it's paid. So I reduced it to 3,000 naira. So once you fill in the form, we will create your legal mail for you. But one thing is this: legal mail comes out from my end within 2 days. It's normally 7 days, but it happens within 2 days. So if we create it today, by tomorrow next, you get your legal mail activated. I hope that answers the question. So it's on my status. Just click on the link and follow suit.
Any other question? So the process is actually very simple, right? It's not difficult at all. You just need to submit what the court wants you to submit. I'm from the tech company, but we don't create the court rule, right? So you would have to abide by whatever rule the court wants you to go by. So any other question? Any other question?
Sorry for that break in transmission. Once again, let's put our hands together for Mr. Priestley at Daigbe. He has done very well, and I hope that we have learned. Like I said in the other session, for e-filing, these things are very easy to do. By the time you're attempting once or twice, we will be able to go through. But please, make sure you have your legal mail, and make sure you have your firm registered, because those information are key. Leonard Senior there is trying to do his own number because he does not have the CAC number for his law firm here. He cannot do it. Okay, good. So let's ensure we do all this, and this whole thing will be very easy for us. Once again, we appreciate our speakers, Mrs. Chiwendu Ijoma Jeroma Jemite. She's the IT Legal Delta State Judiciary. We also have Priestley Adaigbe of Century Information Services Limited. We also have another member of the crew who has been working behind the scene. She's Blessing Nwalos here. She's also from Century Information Systems Limited. I know she's here. Please, where are you, Blessing? Thank you very much. She has been working behind the scene. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much. It's time for question and answers. If you have questions, please, we're going to take very few. So if you have questions, let me see your hands, please. Questions? No questions? Okay, it seems the lessons are well learned and we are all satisfied. So once again, I thank you all for coming. We'll now call on the Secretary of the Continuing Legal Education Committee of the MBA Full Branch to make his closing remarks and vote of thanks. Dr. Brown, sir.
We want to inform you that we have come to the close of this wonderful training section, and you agree that it was worth it. Do you agree with me that it was worth it? I learned the emeritus Don Evo, when he was coming, he said if it was not worth it, he was going to scatter everywhere. So we just laughed about it. But he's not here now. He would have confirmed that it was a very great time. Now, we want to appreciate every one of you. We have come to the close of the show. Like the chairman of CLE said, this is just an overview. It's an opening course to enable us have understanding of what e-filing and e-affidavit is all about. The advanced training is in the pipeline. The chairman has made arrangement for a number of persons to be directly trained by these resource persons so that they can be offering assistance and training to members from time to time. Now, I want to first of all thank the chairman, Honorable Chairman, our own branch chairman here, who has made arrangement and everything for this training. Is very innovative, and it's a mark of ingenuity. Can we put our hands together for our chairman? He is trying. And I want to thank the chairman of CLE, Professor O.K. Edu. In spite of the tight schedule, he has been working around the clock to ensure that this program is a huge success. And every member of the CLE committee, you wouldn't really know how much of time is going into all this. In the night, committee is on WhatsApp meetings here and there, but we are glad to see that everything has come to fruition. I want to thank the resource persons. Century Information System Limited, it was a great time with you, especially our sister. The names are many. Urobo name is involved. Shekri name is involved. So many names. Chiwendu Ijoma Ejiroma Jemite. Combine the whole of Delta tribes. Very big thanks to you for we have been on the WhatsApp and all that. We will continue to fall back to you. And I want to thank the office staff that are here and member of the judiciary for taking our time to be here and sitting with your principal outside the chamber terrain. Thank you for being part of this process, because the success of the training today is going to be heavily hinged on your understanding of this workshop. I thank every member here that is present. When we call for this gathering and attendance is poor, the feedback is always a sign of discouragement. But we can say that attendance has shown that this is a very successful workshop. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Pan Omokoro. He's the Secretary of the Continuing Legal Education Committee of the branch. I will now call on another member of the CLE committee, Mr. Theophilus Omenuwoma, to take. Oh, it's not. Okay, it's not co-opted. Okay, it's a co-opted member of the CLE. Please pardon me. Mr. Theophilus Omenuwoma will take the closing prayer. Thank you.
Please let us stand to pray. Almighty God, at the end of this session, we return all thanks and glory to you. When we started, we asked that you lead us, and you indeed led us. Thank you for the resource persons. Thank you for the chairman. Thank you for the LC members. We ask, oh God, that even as we leave here, may your presence go with us in the mighty name of Jesus. Those returning to Asaba, we ask for journey mercies for them. And those of us within, we ask, oh God, that you grant us journey mercies in the mighty name of Jesus. As we go into remembering your death and resurrection this weekend, we ask that your resurrection power will bring us victory in every aspect of our lives, in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you.